Welcome, dear friends. Another day, another message from our Learning with Emmanuel series. Today's message is from the book Words of Life Eternal, chapter 22, In Word and in Action. In this book, Emmanuel starts each message with a Bible quote, and today's Bible quote is from the letter to the Colossians, chapter 3, verse 17. Whatever you do, whether in word or deed, do everything in the name of Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him. So Emmanuel will comment on the message saying, you call yourself a Christian. Declare yourself a follower of Jesus. Affirm yourself a cultivator of the gospel. Don't we? Don't we call ourselves Christians? Follower of Jesus. So he says, this means that the name of the Lord is committed into your hands. If we seek Christ, it is certainly necessary to reflect him. It is essential then that we learn to act as though we were his faithful representatives in the place where we are situated. So he's saying, remember such a responsibility, and by fulfilling it, you will free yourself with ease from the shadows that torment your path. Friends, we do call ourselves Christians, don't we? And in question 625 of the Spirit's book, we learn from the Spirit that Jesus is our guide and our model. As a guide, he has been through what you and I have been through. And now, as a superior spirit, a pure spirit, he guides us. He shows us the way to God. And he is a model because he came to model to you and I what it is to be a good human in this planet. Over 2,000 years ago, he came. He was murdered. Nobody understood him. And today we call him Christ. Are we doing what Emmanuel is saying here? He says, are we seeking Christ? Are we reflecting? It is necessary to reflect him. Are we reflecting Christ, meaning we are giving of ourselves what is Christ-like? He says it is essential that we learn to act as though we were his faithful representative in the place where we are. Are we acting in a manner that we would be representing Christ's values, Christ's consciousness? Right? He modeled to us. Are we reading the gospel, the books of Brother X, Good News, right? Pontos e Contos, so many others. Are we reading the book Jesus in the Home by Neil Lucio? And if so, are we able to reflect through our actions Christ-like behavior? Very hard responsibility. But he says, if we fulfill these responsibilities, we'll free ourselves from the shadows that torment our path, right? Our bright and our shadow path. We all have bright and shadows within ourselves. So as we reflect Christ, who is light, we will leave our shadows behind. As Emmanuel was going to quote again, the Bible quote from Colossians, whatever you do, whether in word or deed, do in the name of the Lord. And he says, indeed, words and actions represent the expressive force of our feelings and thoughts. In the book Thought in Life, Emmanuel tells us that it goes from thought to emotions, to ideas, and to actions. So when we say the word or do the thing, first we had to think. And words and action will represent the force of our feelings and thoughts. So we can say beautiful words, but are they representing beautiful thoughts and feelings? as we are incarnated, we are able to do that. We are able to have this cognitive dissonance of feeling one way and saying things a different way. In the spiritual realm, you think, you reflect. So as we learn today to have better thoughts and better actions, we will eventually reflect good deeds as well. It says the heart inspires the brain. The brain directs the existence. Emotion creates idea. Idea shapes actions. So it starts with the heart, the feeling. It starts with you feeling Christ-like. Then inspires your brain, your spiritual brain, right? Paraspiritual brain, and then your physical brain, they're directing your life. So if we think we're going to get sick, we get sick. If we think we are in bad mood, we become bad mood. If we think that we're not doing well, we don't do well. And then it ultimately reflects on our maladies on the physical realm. Brain directs existence, emotions, the things we feel, creates ideas on what to do, and the idea shapes the actions that will ultimately determine how our life goes. He says, then it's necessary to feel with Jesus so we may learn to think and serve with him. How do you feel with Jesus? We read his message and we reflect. We read the scholars who interpret the message. We read of the books of Emmanuel that quote the Bible, right? And explain to us what it really means. To whatever we do, whether in word or deed, do in the name of the Lord Jesus. Giving thanks to God the Father through him. So when we do things in the name of Christ, truly, not just saying, because a lot of people use the name of Christ or have used the name of Christ to commit atrocities in the past. When we truly feel like Christ, what is Christ feeling? We see in the book Jesus in the Home by Neil Lewis, so he's there explaining, serving, doing, helping, right? He smiles of his eyes. He gives people space and opportunity. Are we doing that way? And say, so he's going to explain to us some of the things we are doing or should do. Does someone invite us to the web of gossip through hasty judgment, right? So many of us inviting others to gossip. Does someone call our attention to the wounds and scars of others? See the speck on your brother's eye, right? Do disagreements and resentments arise in our field of action? So we disagree on how to do the best to do things. That could be an option. Those are things that you and I go through each and every day. Everybody in the world goes through this. So if those things are happening to us, what does Emmanuel say we do? He says, let us use speech in the manner of the sublime benefactor. So how do we respond? With speech, with speaking, helping for the good of all, with kindness and forgiveness. So is our speech today kind and forgiving? Sometimes we are, sometimes we're not. And that's the truth, right? And as we saw in a previous message from the book Peace, if we make a mistake, we need to start again with kindness and forgiveness. Now he's going to give us more examples. He's going to say, are we tempted to retaliate due to unexpected offenses? Do we suffer neglect and slander, insult and persecution? Do we experience the inner disappointment or sorrows and anxieties within the family home? Let us use the conduct of the sublime benefactor, helping for the good of all with forgiveness and kindness. So before we use the speech, when someone is inviting us to gossip, calling our attention to the mistakes of others, when disagreements occur, we use the speech of the master. Here we use the conduct, still the same, helping for the good of all. Whenever and with whomever, no matter where you are in the world, no matter who is surrounding you. He says, seek the luminous side of souls. And that's what he talks about in the book, Finding Life chapter Understanding. Feel the good, visualize the good, seek the good, and mold the good. Do the good with all the resources that are at hand. Seek the luminous side of souls, mobilizing pure love so that you may truly be in the company of the exalted sower, purifying the threshing floor of the world. Don't we want people to see our luminous side? Don't we want to be seen as God sees us? The potential superior spirits that one day will be helping Him in the designs of the universe. Yes, so Emmanuel is reminding us wherever, when I'm in the world, and with whomever, so no matter who we are, where we are, and with whom we are, we seek the luminous side of everything. Because that's what Jesus continues to do today. He's there in the highest spheres, governor of the planet, with his cohort of superior spirits guiding us, leading us toward the world of regeneration, seeing each and every billion of each one of us and the billions of souls incarnated and discarnated on the planet, all in this beehive of activity towards the good. He says it's not enough to declare our condition as apprentices of the Master of Masters. It's not enough to say beautiful words, to declare that we are followers, that we are apprentices. But it is indispensable that we truly be with Him, with Jesus, so that with Jesus we may collaborate in building the better life. So it's in word and in action. So we might say, but we want to be coherent with the actions. So, dear friends, I hope this message has touched your soul. Please join our community, our channels, like, subscribe, set notifications, because a few times a week we do our Learning with Emmanuel series where we discuss one message from one of the books of Emmanuel, in this case, Words of Life Eternal. And may God be willing that we meet again in the near future. Take care. Bye-bye.